What's up, everybody? It's Jim, and welcome to the first installment of Monthly Movie Catch Up. And this one, I'm going to be talking about some of the movies I saw in July of 2024. Every time I do one of these, it's going to be 3 movies I will review, and in this video, it will be for Fly Me to the Moon, Twisters, and Deadpool and Wolverine. So let's roll on with the intro so we can review those movies.
What the Jim?
Right, let's start off with reviewing Fly Me to the Moon. So for the good, I thought the relationship between Channing Tatum and Scarlett Johansson's characters were done very well. They were very funny together and made the film a really fun experience. I also thought the humour in the movie was well written, and I thought it had an interesting premise to the movie. I also found this movie surprisingly unpredictable and more entertaining than I was expecting as well. I thought the movie had great set design and great cinematography, and I was pleasantly surprised with how much I liked this movie as well. But let's move on to the bad. The first thing is I think this film could be a little bit shorter. There were also a couple of scenes that were meant to be emotional, but to be honest, I didn't find them that emotional. And I also thought the story can be a little bit all over the place and uneven at times. But I was overall pleasantly surprised with how much I enjoyed this movie. I'll definitely watch it again at some point, and I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Right, let's review Twisters. I've seen the original Twister film from 1996, but it has been a long time since I've seen that movie. So for the good for Twisters, I think Daisy Edgar-Jones and Glenn Powell did great jobs at playing their characters. I also thought the side characters in this were solid, even though there were quite a lot of them. I found this movie very funny at times, and I thought it had fantastic visuals when it came to the Twisters themselves. I thought the action in the movie was done really well. It was definitely edge of your seat stuff. I also found it thrilling, intense, and exciting. I also thought the movie had pretty good pacing as well. But for the bad, I thought there were a few too many conveniences and coincidences in this movie. I thought the writing could have been improved upon, especially when it came to the ending. I was a little bit disappointed with how this film ended, but I still thought it was great, so my rating for it is an 8 out of 10. Now let's review Deadpool and Wolverine. I had seen all the X-Men films with Wolverine in, but I hadn't seen any of the Deadpool movies. However, I'm very familiar with the Deadpool character, as I love playing as him in LEGO Marvel Superheroes. So let's talk about the good for this film. I thought Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool and Hugh Jackman as Wolverine had great chemistry together when they were not fighting one another, because they do fight each other quite a lot in this film. I also found this movie very funny, one of the funniest films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The movie also breaks the fourth wall, which makes the movie even more entertaining and unpredictable. I really enjoyed seeing all the cameos in this movie, even though there are a lot of them. I also thought this film had a solid soundtrack, and when it came to the action, I thought it had really great choreography. And I thought this movie had pretty good visuals all around too. But for the bad, this movie shouldn't have been a 15, it should be an 18 because of how violent it is. There were a lot of times I had to shut my eyes because it was just getting too much for me with how violent this movie was getting. I also thought the story for this movie isn't the most memorable and isn't the most groundbreaking or unique. And the villain of the film I wasn't a fan of. I found her quite forgettable and a little bit boring, to be honest. I overall thought this was a very good film though. I'm not sure if I'd rewatch it, but I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. Before we conclude this video, let's rank these 3 films I talked about. So my number 3 is Deadpool and Wolverine. My number 2 is Twisters. And my favourite film of these 3 is Fly Me to the Moon. So that's it for the first installment of Monthly Movie Catch Up. I'll be doing these every couple of months. So next time will be in October for movies I've seen in September. It'll be the first video I will upload in October of 2024. Please let me know if you've seen any of these movies yourself. If so, which one was your favourite and what were your thoughts on them? Well, I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you are new. Until next time, peace and love, keep talking movies, and ciao.